Good evening everyone and welcome to the Greenyards here in Melrose on a beautiful evening. The Southern Knights against Edinburgh Rugby A go head to head as the Super Series Sprint gets underway in almost perfect conditions. It's a beautiful night for great attacking rugby, and that's exactly what we plan to deliver for you as the Knights and Edinburgh go head to head. Well, the crowd gathering for this one as the Super Series Sprint gets ready to get underway in 2024. It's been a competition that hasn't been particularly kind to the Southern Knights in the last couple of seasons, just one win in 14 games, but that we'll be hoping for a change of fortune. Round one of the FOSROC Super Series Sprint features the Southern Knights against Edinburgh Rugby A. It'll be the Ayrshire Bulls taking on the Stirling Wolves, that repeat of the playoff final for the championship. Buttermere Bears tomorrow take on Glasgow Warriors A, and then Heriots Rugby against Watsonians Rugby, a great Edinburgh derby at Golden Acre. Kicks off tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's an interesting team for the Southern Knights. Many players making their debut. A couple of players who used to be connected to Edinburgh are in there as well. Dan Gamble, Michael Badenhorst to name but two. Rob Moffat is the head coach this season. Look out for the halfback pairing of Callum Davidson and Gregor McNeish. Callum Grieve providing some safety at fullback. Monroe Job captains the side for the Southern Knights. It's a very young looking bench as well for the home team. And for Edinburgh, it is a mix of experience in the pack and a little bit less experience, shall we say, in the back line. It's going to be very interesting to see how they blend. Tom Dodd wears 6, he's the skipper, but great experience in there with Darcy Ray and Ben Muncaster. And the bench also looks fairly strong between the forwards, the backs. Well, we're going to see some players for the first time. Chris Burney is the Edinburgh Academy coach and also the head coach for Edinburgh A. Well, barely a breath of wind round the Greenyards. It's going to be a night for attacking rugby, and I'm going to be watching in the company of Lee Jones. Lee, there's so many new players, a few familiar old faces in there as well, but it's going to be exciting just to see how some of these players fit into these teams.
Yeah, I think both sides are somewhat unknown, but it's going to be an interesting matchup, and what a night for rugby as a player. These sort of nights, this is when you want to play the game. You know, the floodlights are on, but there's plenty of daylight left. It's nice, there's no wind. We've got the artificial pitch out here, and as you mentioned, a lot of youth, a bit of experience as well, but a lot of youth and some young guys that will be looking to put in a good show tonight.
Everybody's eager to get going. I don't think he's going to stay there for the full 80. He's trying to escape already. There is not a breath of wind. The flagpole on top of the stand, you can see it right there above the clock. It is not fluttering in any way, shape or form, so neither team will have a wind advantage. That is a great camera shot. A night of stillness in terms of the wind, but the atmosphere will be good as these two go head to head. I mentioned at the top, Lee, that it's not been kind competition, the sprint to the Southern Knights. They almost seem to have a bit of a turnover from their championship squad. They've moved on. They had a fairly successful championship under Alan Tate. Rod Moffat now back in charge as the head of rugby for the Southern Knights, and Alan Tate, I think, did his job in rehabilitating the Southern Knights to a certain degree. Yeah,
towards the end last season you could see real improvements, especially in the defence. You mentioned the turnover in players. I think the Knights have always tended to top the charts in terms of the number of players that they're using throughout these campaigns. The last one was no different, but it's doing a job in exposing these guys to a level of rugby that's up on what else there is to offer, and I think it's good. Scott White has mentioned there's 11 debutants potentially, a lot of guys on the bench, but a lot in the starting lineup as well for the Knights, so there's real youth, there's real, I guess, excitement as well, and as I mentioned, it comes a bit with the unknown, but these guys will be buzzing just to have a good crack.
So Edinburgh take the field. I say good blend of youth and experience in this Edinburgh team. They're all in white this evening, and they will be led by their skipper Tom Dodd. And in complete contrast, the team all in black, the home side, the Southern Knights, led out by Monroe Job. And they join us on the field. And it's point to prove for many of these players. You're looking to go up and play at a higher level. If you're going to do that, you've got to perform on a night like this. Definitely,
it's a great platform, and if you look on the Edinburgh side of things, these guys in and around the professional squad, full time, these guys want to. There's little opportunity in Scotland for these guys to play rugby, and this is an opportunity. These guys, the A squad, have 3 games at the start of this Sprint Championship. It gives an opportunity for these guys to play competitively. They train day in, day out together, but competitive matches is what these guys need to show.
Gregor McNeish gets us underway. The whistle of Johnny Perriam, very experienced referee at this level, taking charge. And the early tackle coming in from Alan Ferry. As Edinburgh look to clear the lines, Charlie Shield, very experienced scrum half, told to use it. And there was the box kick. Good supporting play from Marcus Rhodes. Angus Runciman driving across. Nicely out by Callum Davidson. The counter ruck not successful. Some hard hits already going in. On the angle by McNeish. It's a terrific contest for the ball. It was very well taken. Shield presents it again. That was good work from Jack Brown, the Edinburgh full-back. 9 told to hold, it's been knocked backwards. Ball was bouncing around, it was a good take initially by Shield. That certainly knocked it on, he had his arm pulled, the ball went forward. Well, Rhodes was suspiciously offside and he steps back. Shield comes through the hands. That's a good tackle coming up, Ewan Greenlaw. Ball did go backwards. Shield again. Played off by Darcy Ray. Shield through the hands of Cammy Scott. Fly half for Edinburgh. Counter ruck was good. Again, Cammy Scott plays it through.
Hold there, boys, hold. Yes, on.
The kick's long, it might be too long. And it wanders its way all the way through. So we'll come all the way back. Just a little kicking mistake there, just cedes a lot of possession. They will come all the way back here.
15.
Callum Grieve just going a little bit too long. So in terms of the scrum, Jack Dobie, Harry Morris and Dan Gamble packing down on the front row for the Southern Knights. Lewin De Bruin, Paddy Harrison and Darcy Ray. Always love the opening scrum, Lee. You just get a sense of how it's going to go. You just want that little bit of advantage for your side.
I'm sure there's at least 6, potentially more boys looking forward to that first scrum for the first whistle as well, and here they go. This is their opportunity.
Advantage coming the way of Edinburgh. Scott actually kicked that backwards, but it has been well taken, and it's well worked by Finn Douglas. He's been in 2 tackles, he's still going, and he is quick. Trying to find the line, they simply cannot nail him. Brown is there. He's just been pushed away from playing at scrum half. Muncaster gets a little bit of support from Rob Carmichael. Edinburgh trying to go low again.
Back foot, back!
Edinburgh trying to make the early advantage tell here.
No! Release!
There's a terrific run from Finn Douglas. There's a little ball in. Darcy Ray being propelled forward. And the try is given. Simply too many bodies there, and Rob Carmichael gets himself over the line for the opening score. 4.5 minutes played. And Edinburgh were pretty impressive there.
Yeah, it was well worked. It started with the platform of the scrum. You see here Rob Carmichael just doing his duties at scrum half, and then pick and go through the middle of the ruck. Good opportunist score. Good vision, spies a space and gets through, but it came from the platform of the scrum, as we mentioned, and then a kick to penalty advantage where Finn Douglas looked so strong on the wing there, evaded. I lost count of how many tackles he broke up this left-hand side, and then well worked back in field where Rob Carmichael with a little bit of magic through the middle.
Awesome, man, thank you.
Yeah, all came from the run of the winger. And from the point of view of the Southern Knights defence, I think they'd be disappointed that they didn't halt him, because the kick actually across to him was backwards. He had to stop, gather, so it wasn't like he was running onto it in pace.
No, and I think that's almost, that caused a bit of hesitation, which gave Finn Douglas the opportunity to get on the outside of his opposite man there.
Use it now, 9.
Shield. It's a good take from Callum Grave, went up well. Rhodes gathers. McNeish. Oh, that's wild. But the penalty, Edinburgh offside. And that goes against Cabby Scott. And a little bit of a break there for the Knights, because that looked messy from the pass.
Yeah, and I think we could see just the centre partnership, Jack Hawkins, Sam Loweni and Finn Douglas as well. They were bearing down on a bouncing ball with a what looked like a clear run into the try line, so you could see the excitement levels go up there. But fortunately for the Knights, it was brought back for the penalty, and they gain a wee bit of territory into the 22 here.
So the first line out of meeting.
Back. That's once. Through, yes.
Quickly played by Davidson again. It's spilled in the midfield.
No advantage, it's backwards.
Very quickly onto that with Sam Lueni.
Well done, 8. Well done. Good man. Hold in front. Yes.
Well, the kick was for the chase, but it was well taken by Ethan McVicker. McVicker trying to get away from Paddy Harrison.
There's black on the ball.
Callum Davidson. McNeish. Dan Gamble trying to find his way through. Davidson again onto McNeish, trying to go through Greenlaw. Tackling from Edinburgh is impressive so far. They did step up offside. The referee decided he'd got back in time. Generally civil. Upended.
Rush, man, it was a good steal, he stole it.
That's good counter-rucking. Well, there's the experience of Darcy Ray for you. And Charlie Shield.
22's on. Just inside the half.
That just went just inside his own half. Going for that 50-22 lead, but unfortunately just bounced it out of play.
Yeah, by an inch or two. Unfortunate there for Charlie Shield. There's the man, Darcy Ray, on the counter ruck. You could see the Edinburgh player sniffed a chance at a ruck, a bit of a loose ball, and they sent a couple of players into there in the turnover. That's somewhere where the Knights will need to really shore up their ruck ball with this Edinburgh pack, the experience of them, the physicality. They'll really attack the breakdown.
As well taken by Angus Runciman. Again, a little bit messy into the midfield. Davidson pulls it back. McNeish again. There's the pullback onto the fullback. Callum Grieve. Out in touch. David Changline and Bob Nevins are assistant referees. I guess the Southern Knights, having lost that early score, will be happy that they've spent a fair bit of time inside the Edinburgh half without actually creating too much, to be fair, but at least you're there.
Yeah, I think in the first 9 minutes or so they've had a fair bit of possession around the centre of the field. I'm impressed by the Edinburgh defence and just the width that they're getting. And look, it's easy early on in the game when you're fresh to fill the field, but at the moment Edinburgh really filling the field. There's not a lot of space
In
out there, and
first.
I think that's why we've seen Gregor McNeish go to the boot a couple of times. So that's maybe something we'll need to think about to try and pull that defence out of sorts and try and make some space.
Carmichael to Shield, through to Scott. There's the little ball on the inside, taken down. Jack Hocking wears 12 for Edinburgh. And it goes through Muncaster. Shield again. Scott dances his way through. The Southern Knights trying the counter ruck there through Alan Ferry. One of the more experienced players. Shield. Out it goes, Hocking. It gets dropped off onto Tom Curry, wears 7 for White. Shield again. There's the little expression by Sam Lueni.
Hold.
Lancaster onto Harrison. It's been knocked on.
Knock on advantage.
Knock on advantage played. There's Marcus Rhodes. When you're getting battered from all sides, it never feels like you've got advantage, does it?
Advantage only.
Still a knock-on advantage,
front,
which they will kick away.
Hold.
Callum Grieve.
Hold. Advantage is over for the knock-on.
Shield.
Hold in front. Hold. Yes.
Oh, that's a mistake. And then just booted away by Ewan Greenslaw. You could see the frustration.
Sure he's okay. It's a knock-on. You okay?
And Charlie Shield, thankfully, is none the worse for wear.
Knock on only. You alright? That was pretty solid, eh?
Yeah, it might take a few seconds to get
Thank you
back
for
from that
listening. I
one.
know you probably couldn't hear first time, but you listened.
Charlie Shield.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, when you're running to close down, you're not expecting it right in the coupon, to be fair.
The Falcon, as it's known, I believe.
Lads, good patience, good gap on the first one, same again. Good patience, good gap, same again. All 3 square.
So the early score going the way of Edinburgh. Rob Carmichael.
Bind!
Rob Carmichael, just 21 years old, former England under-20 player.
Relax.
Came up through the ranks of Leicester Tigers.
Come over. Right, lads. Decent. Same again, please. Let's go, quick reset. We had a gap. Just wait. Left of that. Make sure there's space.
That's the thing about scrums. Everybody's got an opinion down there, haven't they? Just trying to encourage your side forward, but a lot of noise for the referee to tune out.
Bind!
Everyone's got an opinion, and I think it's always right.
Set!
And it comes from Charlie Shield. Again, the scrum goes the way of Edinburgh, the advantage. And it's standing up and the penalty will come. And what we've seen from the early scrums is Edinburgh outclassing the home side.
Not now, not now.
Yeah, that's 2 from 2 for the Edinburgh boys, and I think that's something that they'll know they can lean on going into this game.
I'll talk to you next scrum.
Something that can provide a real platform on this
Yeah, on the
occasion,
line,
allows them to kick to
Line,
the
boys.
corner and go to line out, but otherwise it'll be a great platform for the young back line
Numbers.
to really
6.
set foot
6.
from.
On the line. Boys, who's your receiver? You've got 2. Who's receiver? Who's receiver? Out then.
Paddy Harrison prepares to throw in. Carmichael, the obvious target, round they come.
Off the mark. That's once. Yes.
Well, they're trying to drive him out of play. They're not too far away. Charlie Shield smuggles the ball on the inside. Hocking gets there. They'll go for the pass onto the fullback, Jack Brown, taken down. And a good reset the line from the Southern Knights.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Wide it comes, Harrison, swallowed up by Badenhorst. Super Series experience, a lot of it with Watsonians. Scott on the inside. Lueni driven backwards. Shield. And McVeigh trying to break his way through. Lueni drops the shoulder. Again, takes 2 to take him down.
I never lifted.
Well, the counter ruck looked half decent for a moment,
Ball was out. Ball was out. Play
and the
on.
ball was out.
Good steal. Leave it now. Lost. Lost. No, no, 8. No, 8. No.
Oh, Ben Muncaster warned off there by the referee.
No, 3 away, away.
Trying to dig in there for the ball is Callum Davidson. Back it
Hold in
comes.
front, black, hold. Yes, wingers on.
Oh, Grieve got a lot on that, but it didn't go out of play. Here's Brown. Nice little kick through. And again, it'll be work required for the Knights.
Black, hold 13, hold. Thank you, yes.
Well, credit to McNeish, he spotted the gap that was back there.
Backwards.
Hawking, confident enough to take the ball backwards.
Hold, boys, hold. Hold. Yes, on there.
A little bit of football played by Ethan McVicker. Shield under pressure, but he accelerates away from the tackle. Gets away from a second man. His opposite number. And a third on the inside. This should be a try. Finn Douglas has got all the pace. Oh, it's a good score from an Edinburgh A perspective. Disappointing for the Southern Knights. 3 tackles missed on Charlie Shield. But it's a second try of the evening for the visitors.
Yeah, it's a strong finish, well set up by Charlie Shield. Just as the game was starting to break up, there was a bit of counter-attack. We could see some space on the short side for either team coming back on counter-attack, and Charlie Shield, there wasn't a lot of space on this one, but he manages to take it, slip a couple of tackles, and he does well to get back in field before lifting it up to Finn Douglas, who gladly receives that one and runs it in. But as you say, Paul, I think the Knights boys will be a bit disappointed with the defensive efforts there.
Yeah, just too many missed tackles. The chance to pop him into touch wasn't taken. And a nice finish by Finn Douglas. That's a good kick as well. Cammy Scott, 2 of 2 from the tee. And Edinburgh A lead by 14-0. A little bit high on the first tackle. Second one, the leg was dragged, couldn't catch him. And Douglas saw daylight.
Yeah, they did well to take that opportunity. There was actually, it was the play before, there was so much more space that they never actually got the ball down there, but they'll be happy to know that if there's a wee gap up there, they're able to take those opportunities.
Step by step. Thank you. Use it, 9. Hold it there, lads. Good, back foot.
Lander Bruin just providing an extra set of legs for Charlie Shield to pull the ball back. Nicely taken, Callum Grieve.
No, wait, leave it now. Edinburgh lost, leave it.
Dan Gamble played 3 times for Edinburgh. There's a man on the wrong side, and they sold that beautifully, the Southern Knights. They just trapped in Ewan McVeigh. He wasn't going anywhere, and you know you're going to get the penalty if that happens.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think
Number 4.
Munro job there, very smart, just trailing leg, just left it in there, which meant that he couldn't roll away. That's a good penalty. Good penalty advantage for the Knights. You can see both sides just really attacking that breakdown. I don't envy Johnny Perry. I'm there to referee these breakdowns because both sides competing really hard for the ball.
Backwards.
Almost disrupted, but Angus Runciman got it away. And Greenlaw, well tackled, trying to get some support from Jeremy Civil, who's 13. That's been a change. Finlay Scott, 16, is on.
Hands on the ground first.
Hands on the ground, coming beyond the ball.
Hands on the ground first.
And penalised. As Gregor McNeish pops it away, so Harry Morris has been replaced for now by Finlay Scott.
2, please, aye. Thank you. Well, boys. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Stay there, lads.
Well, they'll check him. He didn't look too happy.
In. Boys roll back. Balls at the front. Balls at the front.
The ball is at the front, it's available.
Here.
Oh, they're battling for it.
They've come from the back. They've come from the back.
Well, it's a real scrap in there. The referee basically say the ball wasn't taken out and therefore scrum down.
Chill out, one.
And it's an
Boys. No, Dan.
Edinburgh put in. Dan Gamble just reacting. And the referee just keeping things nice and calm.
Just getting to know each other 19 minutes into the game. That's good maul defence by Edinburgh, a situation where Knights had earned another bit of territory down there, but that's a big turnover on the maul.
Yeah, when you get the chances in the 22, you know, all the statistics will tell you you've got to try and get some points on the board. This isn't really a kicking competition, you know, you're always going to go to the corner and try and play it.
Yeah, and I think from what we've seen so far, the Knights will need to look to try and move the ball quickly away from the point of source against the big Edinburgh pack and get their backs running with the ball.
You guys are good. Same again, please. I'll come round.
So basically the referee's saying the problem isn't with you, Edinburgh.
Sort the gap out. Yeah. Hold the weight.
How does it go? It's not you, it's me.
Hold the weight.
Charlie Shields, 62 appearances for Edinburgh.
Crouch! Bye!
Played a couple of times last season for Edinburgh in the sprint.
Set!
So the first two scrums have been solid by Edinburgh.
Use it!
Some good work by Davidson.
Yeah, stay out there. Stay out. Thank you.
Halted the charge forward. Shield drops it short. Dan Gamble on the tackle.
One side. Use it! Still in. Still in. Yeah, still inside.
Now, Leah played scrum half to a very bad level for Trinity Accies for the school. It annoys me when the scrum halves get so long with both hands on the ball. It's almost like, to me, that's when it should be live, because you just get so much time. I think it would speed the game up as well if you knew that once you got both hands on, you had to get rid of it.
Yeah, they're well protected, the little guys.
Weren't in my day. As the ball comes back, Michael Bainhorst wins it. Off it goes. On to Ewan Greenlaw.
Tackle! Release!
Laid back. Alan Ferry wears 6. Being held up and dropped. Ewan McVeigh did well. McNeish onto the fullback. Trying to bounce his way through is Callum Grieve. Jeremy Civil in there. Comes through the hands of Angus Runciman.
Ball's there. The ball's available.
Davidson, McNeish thought about throwing the little pass on the inside. That's a great offload onto Sandy Watt.
Not now.
Had the ball in hand too often, Sandy Watt.
Leave him.
Well, could have given a penalty there because they had come through too quickly. I thought they affected the attack. The referee keen to get things continuing to move. Davidson dropping down. Jack Dobie. Paddy Harrison ended up on the wrong side but got there legally. Michael Badenhorst on the carry. McNeish, that's a great little pass, flat and quick to Ewan Greenlaw. Well, needs to try and get down. Oh, Ben Muncaster's just ripped that away. Excellent play from the number 8. And here comes the counter-attack.
No, leave 9. No.
Shield. On to Scott. Scott gets it away quickly. The carry came in from Tom Curry. Rumbling through. Excellent play by Dodd. Scott. Here's the fullback. It's another chance for Douglas. He's got the pace. And he's got the little trick to get in the corner. And again, it's just clinical rugby from Edinburgh A. The chance presented itself. And it's very impressive, Lee, how they've moved the ball.
Yeah, well finished off, good hands. Finn Douglas still had a wee bit to do, but he's looking sharp tonight so far. He manages to get it done. Had a great performance in last year's sprint for the FOSROC Futures, and he's started off where he left off.
Yeah, some great passing. Jack Brown was involved, but the layoff onto Finn Douglas.
Just like I did for you, yeah? Same for them. Yes, please.
It's not a bad night's work for a winger where you scored twice in 24 minutes.
almost a third early on as well. That's a, I'd be pretty happy the first quarter of this match.
Well, it's a little bit similar to the game last season, where Edinburgh established themselves well in the opening half. That's another good kick. And that's nice work again from Cammy Scott. And it took a stronger second half performance by the Knights, but they really could do with the next score before it starts to get too far away from them.
Yeah, that was a blow for the Knights there. They had a lot of possession again around the middle of the field, but the Edinburgh defence, they're managing to get 2 men in each tackle, which is, it's not necessarily slowing down ruck ball, but it just means it takes a lot of time for the ball carrier to get to deck, which then just allows the Edinburgh defence to fold, to get set, and from there they then manage to get the rip in contact. So a well executed try in the end, but it was built on the Edinburgh defence around this midfield area that's looked really strong so far, and no signs of letting up so far.
Yeah, okay. Time back on.
Time back on.
Hold.
Familiar tale of a restart. McNeish. In there. Shield takes. There's the offload. Tom Dodd did well. It's a big lad, Tom Dodd. Gets things moving well.
Yeah.
Which just holding on that time.
Isolated guy, no support, holding on. Give it a lift to get rewarded.
Just as you praise someone, they hold on. But, you know, I mean, Tom Dodd, you know, 1 metre 91, he's a tall lad, born in Warwick. He's a Scots mummy, he's Scots qualified. He's just holding on for too long.
Yeah, it's almost a case there, you beat one man too many and you get into that area where you fall with no support around you. And it was Angus Runciman on that occasion was sharp on the ball.
And that's a great point you make. Sometimes as a player you've got to learn when actually it's more advantageous to go down here rather than get that extra 3-4 yards perhaps. But it's always tempting if you think the break's on. That's just popped out. And Edinburgh prepared to go from their line. Lueni, Douglas. Brown well tackled on that occasion. McNeish I thought was good on the counter ruck initially. But Edinburgh still have it. Scott plays it through. Curry. Scott. Here McVeigh. Ben Muncaster.
Not on the ball, missed it.
Shield, that was closed down. One hooker to another. There's Finlay Scott charging down there. Southern Knights replacement player. Paddy Harrison was in the right place, but again,
we've got a Jackler on his feet.
They've stopped well and then forced Edinburgh to come off their feet.
Yeah. Number 1.
And I guess the problem hasn't necessarily been,
number 1, off feet.
You know, losing the ball or some of the turnovers. It's when they kick to the corner. They've not really won the clean lineouts, and that's, I guess, what we're going to look at in a moment or two. But that was good counter-rucking again, forcing Edinburgh off their feet.
Yeah, again, just Edinburgh player there, I think it was Paddy Harrison, beat an extra man, and then you've got the back rower, Alan Ferry this time, just kind of floating in behind, and he gets a player almost falling at his feet, which is what those guys want. Back rowers, ball in front of them with little support, and they'll earn a turnover. Knights have earned a few turnovers in very similar fashion.
A little bit of confusion in the last one, yeah.
I think it's Gary Young that's on. It is.
Thank you. Make it really clear. Make it really clear. Hey, time's back on. Perfect, thank you.
So Marcus Rhodes off.
He's
Gary Young
receiver,
on.
he's hooker.
Well,
not square. Stay on.
Well, the throw was squint and the miss move was not good. Lueni plays it across. Douglas and Brown close to being forward. Scoop back inside. Douglas gives the ball away. McNeish. And there's a little clip kick over.
It's taken back in.
Ewan Greenlaw made life interesting there. Well, the Knights have got it. Davidson pulls it through. Jack Dobie. Davidson again. On to the fullback Grieve. There's the little play
Well done,
through.
Seven. Thank you, Seven.
That might fall for Charlie Shield.
Taken over
He
by
was trying to
Edinburgh.
let it run over. It was taken over
Try.
and not looked after. Well, I think they left it to each other. And it's Finlay Scott who goes through, drops down on the ball. And the Southern Knights, well,
Yeah.
never say die on that one. They get the score.
Okay, I'm only seeing a 9 at the front and a hooker. I'm not seeing one at the back. I think they're all in, but I'll come and keep an eye on that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you want this dealt with.
Two voices. Don't need two voices. Aye, so. That's cool.
Charlie Shield almost double clutched on it.
Yeah, it's good. The referee just having some discussions there, but great turnover earned on this far side. The ruck was a rammy down this right hand side, but Knights earned the ball back, and then Gregor McNeish with a great bit of vision. He brought the open side winger up with the threat of the men outside him. He shaped the pass and then he put it on the boot, and it was one of those ones that, from an Edinburgh point of view, was it going to cross the try line? Do I pick it up? They left it, real pressure on from the Knights players coming through, and Finlay Scott manages to get over for a try.
Yeah, I think Nathan Moncrief almost got in the way trying to get back, having realised that his scrum half hadn't covered. This is a tough kick. Made it look easy though. Excellent play, Callum Grave. Beautiful kick. And all of a sudden, the scoreboard looking more palatable for the home side.
Yeah, Knights had their opportunity again down that stand side of the line out. They overthrew and they managed to find a different route to the try line, but you know, that brings them back into it and makes it look a lot more competitive so far in the first half hour.
These sides met last season. Edinburgh with a good, comfortable win.
No issues. Touch, no quick. Ball's not live.
That's a good clearing kick as well. It's almost textbook. You get the score, you receive the ball, and you get yourself deep in your opponent's territory.
You'll get them.
Yeah, that's a great clearing kick.
5.
The Knights just
5.
really defending well from deep as well. Edinburgh have had a couple of turnovers and they'd had the opportunity to go wide through their back three, but Ethan McVicker on this side and Callum Grieve have done well to shut down that threat on the wide touchline and earn turnovers.
Hold. Yes.
Well won by Rob Carmichael. He got the first score of the evening. And then Tom Dodd
Still in.
running his way through. There's a man down for the Knights. It's a shoulder injury.
No, thank you. Backwards off Edinburgh.
It's been batted back off Edinburgh.
Back off Edinburgh.
And it's Alan Ferry who's hurt. But here's the opportunity. Oh, looking to see, throws the pass on the inside. Charlie Shield is there. It was excellent play. Muncaster tossed the ball back on the inside, and the scrum half was the willing runner, and Edinburgh get the score back.
Yeah, well earned Charlie Shield. He's been good in this match so far. He's really provided quick ball for his side, but it was the break. It was Tom Dodd. He had a similar break, similar fashion, just maybe in the lead up to the previous try, and it was almost a no-look pass as well to Charlie Shield, wasn't it, to finish it off.
He did show off Tom Dodd. And the conversion looks straightforward, and is straightforward. We'll try bonus point for Edinburgh. Tom Dodd has caught the eye though. You know, he carries well, he's strong, loves the contact, dances his way through, transfers the ball from one to the other. And there was the pass through. Scrum half providing the willing run, and Charlie Shield scores.
He must have trusted that call. He must have trusted that call. And it was in the breadbasket. Charlie Shield, to be fair. But yeah, he's looked strong and rangy in his runs, but he can change direction and change the ball as well.
Okay. Time up.
Once again, Dodd with a carry.
Use it. Still in. And take him back in.
Was taken back in. You can see Alan Ferry's okay. He charged that through. Callum Grieve on the take. Angus Runciman on for the rumble.
The ball's there, the ball's available. Ball's available. He can't move.
Pass a little bit high.
Hold! Wingers on.
Awkward one for Gregor McNeish to play through, but Charlie Shield dealt with it well.
Hold. Yes. Hold, boys.
High in there from Sandy Watt. Again, great take, my Brown. Lueni. Here's Douglas. Scored twice, looking for a third. Accelerates away through Ferry.
Well done, Knights. Well done, 7.
Carmichael. Away through for Hawking on that occasion. Back across, McVie. Charlie Shield again, Cammy Scott. Tries the cross kick. There could be a chance on that far side to take. It's nicely taken by Nair Moncrief. And Edinburgh ramping up the pressure again. And De Bruin just not back.
Ball's there. No, not now. 3. Away 3.
Dan Gamble
told
to let go.
It's a ruck. Can't use your hands. Still in the ruck.
It's difficult, isn't it, Lee? You think it's out. The referee deciding it was still in the ruck. Obviously, you can't use your hands in the ruck. Let's see how it looks from this side. Yeah, I think that's the definition of still being in the ruck.
I think it's still in the ruck.
Yeah.
5, 6. Sorry, 6.
Tell you what, even VAR would have said that was still in the ruck.
We've got the receiver at the back.
Well, Edinburgh won 47-21 in last season's sprint. Shared 68 points. They may well beat that. There's the little offload. And there's the stretch. And Ben Muncaster. Well, it was perfect from an Edinburgh line-out point of view. And the number 8 barrels his way over. And the try total continues to rise.
It's a good set play, isn't it?
If that's the case,
To the line out, and then Ben Muncaster folding round. It's going to be hard to stop from a few yards out. He manages to stretch over.
Clean for you. Prove to me you're legal all the way. Yeah. Yeah. So keep proving to me.
Oh, Cammy Scott been perfect from the boot so far. And the left foot nails another 2 points. There's work to do at half-time for head of rugby Rod Muffet. With Scott White, Ian Chisholm and James Head, the coaching team.
Yeah.
Ran through McNeish.
Just slowing it down.
Yeah, the tail of the line out, that junction between backs and forwards is a tough place to defend at the best of times, never mind when you're 5 yards out and you've got Ben Muncaster coming down the channel.
Alright, time's off. I think it's a blood injury, guys, on the side. If you want to send someone on, I think he's going off blood. Okay. I'll let the guys on the side just double check that, make sure he's gone off.
Well,
just see if they can patch this up.
some TLC.
Guys on the side, just get ready in case he has to come off for blood. Just see if they can patch it up.
Well, this close to half-time, you're hoping just be patched up rather than be taken off.
Job, guys? Aye, cool.
Yeah.
Magic. So I wasn't sure if you meant he has to come off for blood with that signal. Aye, magic. Cheers. Okay, yeah, I'll give you time to tape him up. Tape him up and carrying on. Just wait for him.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later on.
Yeah, so while Lee Scott continues to get some treatment, there's the try. I mean, it was a great reach out.
Okay.
But from a defensive point of view, was it too easy?
Yeah, I think you'd like, as hard as it is to defend there, you'd like to get a better shot on that ball carrier.
Charlie Shield sprinkling his twinkle toes through, sends it long. He's chasing after it. It's an awkward one for McNeish. He'll go down, get himself back up, throws the dummy, get some support from Gary Young. Back it comes. Well, such is the nature of this competition, you just have a go from wherever. Back it comes.
Never lifted. Never lifted. Stay. Back. No. Use it, 9. Hold there. No.
The referee dealing with the other referees on the field. As the clearing kick relieves the pressure. Oh, the bike's on the far side. Lee Jones alongside me was hoping to get one on this side so he could cycle his way through this first half.
I'll make sure you get them. Edinburgh, come on, boys, let's go.
But you're still staying loose enough, aren't you?
Just trying to keep warm across here.
Go on, lads, numbers,
But
please.
yeah, the bike's not my.
5.
I'd rather run over myself on the bike. So
yeah, cycling's not for everyone. I blame the lycra. Taken down well by Rob Carmichael. Young on the challenge. 5 try first half so far. They're looking for 6. Ferry can't hold on. Cammy Scott's going to be short. The counter ruck was there. I thought he was driven from a point of view of off the feet. Shield, unorthodox. Unorthodox sometimes works.
No.
A hat-trick of tries in the first half for Finn Douglas. He got wiped out in the act of scoring.
Monroe, no, boys, no, away. Monroe. Hi, Monroe. Mr. Wheel, mate.
Well, I think there was a clear out that looked illegal just before that.
Make sure boys aren't pushing boys, eh?
And there was the fall over.
You guys, you pushed him into that rock. Just make sure you leave him alone.
Sometimes scoring hurts.
yeah, maybe
Right out wide, kicker.
maybe he's happy to get his hat
Right
trick.
out wide.
That's
Great,
good.
that's half time, eh?
Well played by Charlie Shield again on that occasion. He knew he had to get the ball out to Finn Douglas. He picked up from the ruck. He drew in a couple of defenders, and then, as you say, Paul, he knew he had to get it there, and he a bit unorthodox, but he managed to get it there. And Johnny Perry, you could hear him on the ref's mic. There was claims of a forward pass, but he was happy it was flat. And that's a blow for the Knights as Edinburgh go in for another one as we approach half time.
Change of kicker. It was Kemmy Scott who was hurt that you saw in your picture. He's limping off at the moment, so Charlie Shield now on kicking duty. This will be the last action of the half. That the only misstep from Edinburgh A in the opening 40 minutes of the Super Series Sprint. It has been a very good opening, and the star of the show has been Finn Douglas. A hat-trick worth of tries to the man on the wing. And the platform has been set by what's been a very impressive performance from the Edinburgh A pack. Half-time at the Greenyards, it doesn't make good reading for the Southern Knights. The Southern Knights 7, Edinburgh Rugby A 40. So here are the highlights and the scores from that first half. And really it was Rob Carmichael after just 4 minutes. This was impressive. He just reached himself over on this occasion.
Yeah, almost looking at the QB sneak here. He's got his head up. Charlie Shields in. The Knights probably think he's going to come in for the clearing pass, and Rob Carmichael just spies the gap and over the top.
Yeah, they just couldn't keep him out on that occasion. Angus Runciman was probably closest, but he realised that the drop down had already occurred. They did try, and they have been trying to play some decent rugby, there's no doubt about that for the Southern Knights, but that was given away to Charlie Shield. 1 tackle, 2 tackle, and the 3rd tackle here as Davidson went across, and it was a simple little pass on the inside. And Finn Douglas, it's just showing you how you should play the position of winger.
Yeah, and I think alongside a couple of things, including their strong set piece and their defensive efforts, I think that the other thing that's kind of set Edinburgh apart is just the ability to break tackles, and we've seen it on a few occasions. We see it here with Charlie Shield up the touchline. He breaks a couple of tackles, and Finn Douglas, he's been electric in this first half. That was his first one.
Yeah, 20-year-old Scotland under-20 player I mean, he's a former sprinter, he's also a former Melrose man, so he knows what it's like to play here. And again, Dodd, Muncaster getting involved. Harrison, and the pass across from Brown to allow the finish. That was a second try for Finn Douglas. Again, some of the carrying has been very impressive, and Charlie Shields shown just how clever he is with a little quick flick pass. They're low risk to a certain extent, but high reward.
Yeah, his awareness, he knew that if they could get the ball to space early, Ethan McVicker's got about 5 men to cover there, and you know, it's a case of the Edinburgh boys just shipping on. You can tell that they know how quick Finn Douglas is on the edge, and he doesn't need a lot of space, because you can see the eagerness to get him the ball, and he still had a wee bit to do there, but his pace manages to get him in for his second.
Well done, Seven.
This was the little stab through, and Charlie Shield, well, he didn't gather at the first attempt, and Neil Moncrief came across and I think didn't help him on that occasion. I don't think you can blame the winger for trying to come across and make the touchdown, but there was too many players there. And in the end, Finlay Scott, who's obviously a replacement, the hooker, was able to keep going and just spotted the occasion and dropped down.
Yeah, the weight on the kick from Gregor McNeice just manages to put that wee bit hesitation into the Edinburgh defence, and obviously they're backtracking. The Knights players are able to just flood through and apply that pressure. A wee bit of a miscommunication, and Finlay Scott gets himself on the bench and then in for a score as well.
Yeah, a nice little tap on the back of the head. Near Moncrief, as I say, I thought he had to go for it. It's just one of these things. The ball bounced away. They needed to try and tighten up, and unfortunately for the Southern Knights, they didn't. And it was a great pass thrown by Tom Dodd, and a simple score for the scrum half.
Yeah, a very similar break to the previous try there. Tom Dodd just getting himself into the open space, and as I mentioned in commentary, he must have had a strong call on the inside, and he was able to put it in the breadbasket for Charlie Shield, who had a really strong first half. I think he controlled the game well. He led his team, his kicking game was strong.
And this was just textbook off the line out. I mean, simple throw, in it came. Dodd passed it down onto Muncaster. Watch Muncaster coming into picture there, gathered, got the angle, put his shoulder through, got past Gregor McNeice.
Yeah, between two defenders, tough place to defend.
Yeah, Sandy Watt, the other defender.
Yeah, if he was going straight on, you know, it's almost an easier tackle to make, but between two defenders, no one can really get in front of the man.
And this was the quarterback play. And Finn Douglas scoring in the corner, gets his hat-trick. It's been a memorable first half. Great pass by Charlie Shield. Got hurt as he went out, but he won't mind too much. It's been a beautiful evening in Melrose. Well, it certainly has been if you're Edinburgh A, leading well at a half-time. We'll take a break. We'll be back with all the action in the second half. Well, a strong scoring first half from Edinburgh. It's been a very impressive performance by them. Be interesting to see just how they use the bench. I think they'll give the chance to get everybody to get a run out. You can see there Angus Williams, a familiar figure. He's come out on his own. I think he probably could do with another 8 or 9 players at least if he's going to make a fist of the game. But he's out early, doing a little bit of stretching and gets ready to go. He's a big figure. There's Angus Williams. Scored last season against the Southern Knights, but a Super 6 play with Watsonians. But he's going to be introduced to the action. And I guess, I mean, you measure yourself to a certain extent against Edinburgh, but from the coaching staff of the Southern Knights, they'll be looking to measure themselves against the other Super Series clubs. I mean, this is a difficult one because you are dealing with guys, especially like Charlie Shields, 62 times he's played for Edinburgh. You know, the experience is vast.
Yeah, and we were talking off mic just there at half-time. I think we can see there's a bit of a gap, a bit of a step up between these two sides, and it comes down to that forward power, the set piece. I mentioned the defence as well, but just the ability to break tackles that, you know, normally you're not going to break. You know, and it's because these guys are in an environment where they're training all the time. They're that step ahead in terms of training. But it's a great opportunity for the Knights to go against these boys, go head to head against their opposite number, and we're just off the back of a pre-season as well. It's the first game of the campaign, so it's an opportunity to put things into place that have been worked on in the weeks leading up to this.
So Mikey Jones is on at 17, Angus Williams is on at 18. Also looks like there's a change. I think it's Isaac Coates who's on. which will be a replacement for Cammy Scott. So the second half gets underway on a mild night. Well taken by Runciman.
Release! Step 4, step. Use it. Yeah, he was onside.
It looked like he was taking too long from our commentary position. Chip round. Can Shield keep it in?
Gone dead.
I think it went dead.
Option.
It did look like Callum Davidson was just taking a little bit too long to get that away.
Yeah, and I think you're just lacking a wee bit of protection on that open side, and Rob Carmichael, the tall man, manages to get hands on ball, and it was good opportunist play by Charlie Shield again. He was unlucky not to keep that one in.
Rob Carmichael, it should be noted, is listed as 6'11". He's like a giraffe with an extra extension. Dodd. Really like the way that Tom Dodd is carried. Skipper's done well. Comes through Coates. There's Carmichael. It's almost like his top half of the body and his bottom half of his body in different time zones as he came through there. Shield. Well taken by McNeish, reverses well through the dummy. Was taken back in, so Callum Grave sends it down the middle. Well, that just wouldn't fall for Charlie Shield. It was good play too, and Jack Dobie coming forward. It's been a spicy start to the second half.
Yeah, great start. Both teams generating really quick ball. Charlie Shield falling foul of the artificial pitch there when the bounce of a rugby ball is hard to predict at the best of times.
There's a long throw. The attacking opportunity coming in for Sandy Watt. Gamble. Out it comes, the two props getting involved. The pass is a good one. Runciman gets it out. Anish tries to float it onto that far side. There's the opportunity to get through. Oh, you've got to give the winger credit for that. It's terrific play to stretch and get all the way through. And that is a really good score. And Ethan McVicker dots down.
That's a tremendous, tremendous finish. And what build-up play as well. Jack Dobie involved on a couple of occasions, and with the offload, just keeping the ball alive. Gregor McNeish floats it out. Ethan McVicker manages to fend. He hits the deck, and then just his momentum manages to get over and stretch out. That's a tremendous finish.
Just to no more, but he got it there. I'd tell you what, all credit to him. It's excellent play from Ethan McVicker. Confirmation of the change. Adam Hall is on. Jeremy Civil withdrawn. That's a terrific kick. Callum Grave pops it over. Just great play, both props involved. Jack Dobie, Dan Gamble. Good work from Runciman. And then the floated pass. There was a lot of work to do. He was under severe pressure from Harrison and from Douglas. Ethan McVicker got his way through though.
I think the full tight five involved with offloads in the lead up to that one.
Use it.
Just showing off. It's excellent rugby.
Who needs scrums?
Five's on, five's on.
Getting Sandy Watt up very quickly. Monroe Job, the skipper, is hurt. He's holding his knee at the moment. Lancaster gets it across. Paddy Harrison. Good takedown by Alan Ferry. There's the little offload. There's space here. Tom Curry. Well, it won't count. Already been dragged back.
The little offload, whatever that was. I think it was a scrum hat to him, maybe. Forward.
So the forward pass confirmed. Johnny Perry, no
guys,
job, continues to be down.
He's down. Unlucky man, nearly the glory, but he was in front and it was a wee shovel forward.
Well, there's 3 players down at the moment getting some treatment. Jeffrey Torrey, Johnny Perry, I'm just basically saying, too quick.
Time off because I think that might be bad.
Shield played it quickly. There's the pass inside from Dodd, Carmichael.
Obviously, you guys on.
And Tom Curry.
Just keep it really
Well, I thought he'd scored.
Both sides, eh? If you do that, you've got a chance to be rewarded.
Curry had to come back.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this second half started at such a pace. I think
okay.
it's no surprise. There's a couple of players down. Hopefully they're okay. No job. Looked like he was in a wee bit of pain.
Yeah, it just looked like a little twist as he went through. Tried to transfer the weight, didn't quite fall for him. The referee's going to come and check him. But it's been a good response, the opening, and I think that will please the Southern Knights coaching staff of how their teams come out quickly.
Definitely, that's what you're looking for as a coach. You relay your messages at half-time, but what you really want is a response from your team, and that's what they've gotten so far. The Knights managed to generate quick ball, which was the difference there. Edinburgh didn't get a sniff at the breakdown, and they were keeping it away from the breakdown, keeping the ball off the floor. The ability to offload, you're always going to be able to find space, and even though there wasn't that much space on the right-hand side, Ethan McVicker did his team a turn and managed to get over.
Well, let's hope that Monroe Job is okay. Gets himself back to his feet. 20-year-old back row, Scottish under-20 international. Scotland's under-20 captain. And there's some future Knights. Personally, I thought the pass was on, but he didn't want to give it. When you're that age, you never do. Well, he'll want to continue. This is his 12th appearance for the Southern Knights. It's the old story. I think even this early in the championship, if in doubt, just get yourself off, get yourself recovered. You don't want to do any more damage.
You can go off that side if you'd rather. Or
yeah,
off, whatever.
Should you play on, I think with a knee, you'll know straight away whether it's good or not. And Monroe probably knows there that it's not right, but you really want to, and as captain as well, he'll want to play on. But as you say, the first game of the season, it's probably best for him to get off and get himself sorted.
It'll be, you just wait for him to get off properly. Okay.
So William Ferry, perhaps with a change of jersey number.
On the Southern Knights side, number 24, Will Ferry replaces number 7, Monroe Job.
Sometimes better lucky than good. That's the PA announcer confirming that it's Will Ferry. What was slated, I think, is 21, but where's 24?
Bind! Set! Go! Let's give it up! Pulls away. Pulls out. Take him back in. 2, hold, 20, hold. Yes, on that, mate, on that. Wait, hold!
It's well taken. Grave waits at the back, throws inside, gets the pass from his standoff. Sam Lueni. Oh, these sides met last season. Edinburgh led comfortably at the break, 33-7. Second half was tied 14 apiece, but this could be a chance for Edinburgh. Trying to drop the shoulder and find the way through, eventually dragged down.
Just a knock on.
And there was a knock on as he tried to come across. But again, you can just see the pace that they have coming off the bench, Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And then it came to Patterson.
Hector Patterson on the break. Real pace from the scrum half. He looked like he was going to go all the way to the corner.
Yeah, credit Adam Hall for tracking him back.
Had a great weekend at Melrose Sevens. Hector Patterson last weekend with the South Barbarians. He was a star performer in his team that narrowly lost out in the final, but for a young man, he had a great tournament, and you would think a big future ahead of him.
Yeah, just 19 years old, title winner of a Hoik. Some Super 6 experience as well behind him. Puts the ball in. The scrum continues to go, it breaks out. Patterson gets it across. There's the offload between the centres, and out wide it goes. Finn Douglas, did he get it down cleanly? But he knocked it on. Well, Finn Douglas thought he'd scored, and the only man that counts in terms of decision making, Johnny Perriam, said no.
Inside the field of play first. Was it over the line when he's lost control, or was it in the field of play?
I think he lost it in the field of play.
In the field of play.
Now, did he lose control in the field of play?
Just slowing it down and got an injury.
I think he's unlucky.
It's really difficult from that angle. It looks like it could have been, but credit to referee and assistant in position to make the call.
Yeah, Johnny Perriam, he did seem sure, didn't he? And Bob Nevin chipping in there as well, the AR.
There's the tackle. It's still in control, still in control, still in control, still got it.
I'm on this side and I haven't seen him step out.
I think he's unlucky. You can understand why the referee's not giving it. And we've got the advantage of slowing it down, but in real time you can understand why it looked like. You can also understand the winger's frustration.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it, and watching that in full time is a bit different. In slow motion you can argue your case for a score, but yeah, understandable. And Finn Douglas he's unlucky not to go in for 4, but I'm sure there might be another opportunity.
So Callum Davidson. This is where the scrum's been difficult. They move it away so quickly. I think it's a good decision. Adam Hall taken down by Tom Dodd.
No, on the body, not the ball. Body, not ball. Still in, still in.
Davidson on the inside.
It's there. Used it 9, still in.
Davidson, again, there wasn't a great deal of cover, but he got the kick away well. Here's Douglas. Throws the pass on to Coates. Coates, Lueni. He's got the pace. It could open up for him. He steps on the inside, back on the outside. Held short.
He's trying, he's trying, he's trying. The ball's there.
Oh, Carmichael leading the charge again.
Short, short.
Short, according to the referee.
It's over the line. It's clearly over. No, I was wrong. It's clearly over. He's not moved. I'm wrong. Clearly over.
Well, the referee's given the score, basically saying he was wrong. It was clearly over. And the body's slowly getting up. And Paddy Harrison gets there. Well, the referee thought he was short, but changed his mind. Lenny, great pace.
Yeah, he had 3 Knights defenders to beat. Got a bit of space on the edge of some counter-attack, and it was that man Finn Douglas that set it off, drew in a couple of defenders and got the ball to space. And Paddy Harrison manages to burrow over from short range.
Edinburgh's first points of the second half as Isaac Coates prepares to take the kick. A little doink off the post, and through it goes. And Edinburgh Well, that was the last action for Paddy Harrison. Never bad when your last action is to get a score. And Jerry Blythe Lafferty, formerly of the Boroughmuir Bears, is on.
Always in. Edinburgh line.
Again, good clearing work.
Receiver. Keep hooker 2 and 2 tight, not too close to the line out.
Well, the Southern Knights 5th in the championship, won 4 of 12, drew 1, lost 7. The loss at Stirling really hurt their playoff chances. They were close for a while. Mark Fife was 19th. Dropped the wall off onto Davidson. McNeish trying to find some room.
No, leave it, no, leave it. Hold.
That's a really good take from Sandy Watt. It was really awkward at his feet. Gary Young driving him on. Davidson. Dan Gamble.
No, Edinburgh. No, no, leave it.
We've been told to leave it. Well, definitely all off. Well, it was the scrum half delaying the pass that did it, so they will come back for the penalty.
If anything, it's your man's fault for being in the way.
A little bit over-eager from Edinburgh defence there.
That's right.
Yeah, I think all match you can see they're trying to apply that defensive line speed. And I think it was just a ball caught in the back of the ruck that outdid them on that occasion. But yeah, they're looking to get off that line really sharp, so if there's any delay in that pass, they can manage to get caught offside.
Finlay Scott, see what he can do with the throw. Into the front, Michael Badenhorst.
That's one.
Well, the hooker has it at the back, Finlay Scott. They're still going forward though. They've got a bit of a move on here. McNeish comes in. They should be able to get this down if they've just got that little bit extra. Over it goes. And the score is given. That is excellent play from the line out from the Southern Knights. Well, a little bit of afters reacting. The Edinburgh skipper just been asked to walk away, Tom Dodd. And the referee will have a little word. And we'll also have a little word with Alan Ferry. But this is excellent rugby from the Southern Knights.
Yeah, really patient setup with them all, biding their time here. Got Rob Carmichael, the Edinburgh A, second row with his long limbs trying to reach over the top there, but good patience by the Knights. Gregor McNeish joins in.
Good try, fair play, good move. I think you're going off, but you've been subbed.
Yeah, and it's well earned. There was a false start on a couple of occasions in that first half with the driving maul, but they've got one going on that occasion and managed to get over.
Yeah, really good work on the side there, to keep that 17, I think it was. You were shouting at, or whoever the winger was there. Really good work, really good work. Thanks for that, really good teamwork, guys. Yeah.
Well, Callum Grieve has kicked one cracker from that side. Can he do it again?
You have. Thank you.
Just here over the ref mic, that Johnny Perry complimenting his assistant referees for their work. There's the kick. And on that occasion, no good. That would have made it the same scoreline as it was last season, 47-21, but it remains 47-19. This was excellent work, a good team try from the home side.
Yeah, it's always good to see when you get the backs joining in with the good stuff.
Backwards, backwards, all back, all back.
Well,
all back.
Sandy Watts batted that down backwards. The referee again in good position to see. St. Swarkrak is on, bald-headed Polish prop. Just a little bit isolated you in Greenlaw there. Runciman, that was too low, it went backwards. Opportunity here for Sandy Watt. Bench is continuing to empty. Dylan Coburn is on.
Use it.
Well taken again by Jack Brown onto Isaac Coates. Coates tried to slip his man. There's a big Polish prop in his way. Lueni again involved, gets it on to Jack Brown. There's the little offload. Just trying to find a way through, couldn't do so. And I think the knock-on will be given. Just no way through on that occasion for Jerry Blythe Lafferty. Nearly got away to.
Yeah, it's really opening up. You could see the Knights trying to get out their 22 on a couple of occasions before reverting to the box kick, and then a counter attack from the Edinburgh boys. Jerry Blythe Rafferty was getting the legs going, almost broke free.
That was nearly funny.
Well, these players know each other well.
The replacements Angus McGregor, Zen Svagzak, Dylan Coburn and Adam Hall.
Crouch!
Angus is sponsored by McGregor Farms, Dylan is sponsored by Brent
Bind.
Investment, and Adam is sponsored by Murray, John and Associates.
Set!
20 minutes to play in this opening Super Series fixture. Again, the scrum of the home team in trouble, but the ball was away. Gregor McNeish sends it long. Brown waits for it. The clip kick.
Hold back, hold back.
Did see volleys in rugby too often. Gregor McNeish caught that beautifully. Can't make the tackle though. Gary Young slipped off the tackle as well. Isaac Coates did well. Counter ruck just not quick enough. Patterson gets the ball away. Well, number 10, Gregor McNeish channeling his inner Messi. Just took his eye off that, did Adam Hall. It's small mistakes like that you can see the frustration just creeping in.
Yeah, it's a frustrating one. You can see Gregor McNeish, he's frustrated there. He's keeping his team in this game just with his kicking game and the odd volley.
I don't think he practices that. It's just natural talent.
He's kicked really well tonight. You know, the full range. He's kicked long. He's kicking from the tee, and then his short range kicking as well has earned his team a score on at least one occasion.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
The scrum again is strong. Still square.
Let's use it.
Now they'll use it, they'll pick up from Lancaster. It's spilled. And from an Edinburgh perspective as well, Ferry comes through and gathers that. That was a missed opportunity. As Callum Grieve gets it away. Jack Brown, hauled down by Adam Hall, got himself back to his feet quickly. Couldn't get the turnover, but it was excellent rugby. It was Rob Carmichael. Patterson, Lueni. That's just going to go out of play. The tackle. Well, the pass was made, and then you could see that Hockey, I don't think, was overly happy.
Relax. 11. Yeah.
In fact, it's not Hockey, it's 11, it's Finn Douglas.
If you do that again. Move away. No, move away. Line out. On the line. On the line.
Again, good refereeing, just trying to diffuse the situation.
That was good.
Mikey Jones, 17 at Edinburgh, just inquiring of the referee.
14.
Yeah, I think real strength for Johnny Perriam is his communication. We've heard him on the ref mic all night. He's very clear with the players. I think we're just approaching around the 60-minute mark here. It's essentially first game of after a pre-season, and I think we're just seeing a bit of tiredness creeping in on both sides. We've seen probably a couple of sloppy errors, and just some frustration creeping in there as well with the afters.
Daniel Ojinmi comes
Okay,
on.
guys, numbers please. 6, cool. 2 and 2, receiver, perfect. Time on.
Taken well by Runciman. Hall on the offload. Lenny tries to gather and make the tackle. Back on the Southern Knights side. Penalty. Edinburgh have come off their feet. That's right in front of us here. In the commentary position, right in the halfway line.
16, down your feet.
Jerry Blythe-Lafferty pinged on that occasion.
Yeah, edge of that. Yeah, guys, edge of that, please. Thank you. Edge of that.
Freddie Douglas has the blue scrum cap. He was a decoy.
Out now, out now. That's one sideways.
Again, Finlay Scott has it. Callum Davidson calling for it, opens things up. Grieve running through from fullback. Davidson out again. Here's the opportunity on the inside for Watt thought about the offload. Gets it away, dancing in there off Woolston.
Leave it, still in.
Under 18 player for Scotland, involved twice, big tall fair player. So the turnover is good from the Edinburgh perspective.
Stay there, mate, just stay there.
Patterson got it out.
Still in, hold, still in.
Patterson again, it's what you want to see for your scrum half, getting everybody set, both left and right, giving you options.
Still in, use it. No. Always in.
Goes for the box kick. And out of play it goes.
Still wide. Not anymore, in touch. Yeah, on the line.
Well, the Edinburgh coaching staff will be happy with the defence held out there. Some good tackling, getting into the ball quickly.
Yeah, we'll get them, we'll get them. Numbers.
Yeah, good defence because they were under pressure. The Knights have looked good when they've managed to string
6.
together offload and offload. It's sometimes risky play, but they've definitely looked at their best when they've kept the ball above the ground.
7
And
if you want to change.
the Edinburgh defence wins out on that occasion.
Stay at 6. Off the mark.
Taken down by Will Ferry. Again, Finlay Scott leads the charge. Davidson, Will Ferry again trying to run his way through. Coates slipped off. There's Angus McGregor, 17th, first main carry for him. Wolfenden. Coates took him down well.
No, not now, no.
Gary Young with a little short pass. Davidson on to Grieve. McNeish tries a little clip kick through, and the mark taken by Brown on the far side.
Yeah.
It's certainly open.
10.
Yeah,
10.
it's picking up again.
On
Jack
Bruce,
Brown
on
with the mark there. He's covered the ground really well tonight, I think. There's rarely been a bouncing ball on that Edinburgh side from the fullback. He's read the play really well,
Inside the
and especially on that occasion because it was a clever piece of play by Gregor McNeish, as he's done on a few occasions, just spotting a wee bit of space in behind with that winger coming up, but the fullback's job's to cover his open side winger, and Jack Brown has been there on more than one occasion. He did really well there.
Just make sure, Tom, just don't chase it for a while.
Edinburgh in the sprint last season, a perfect 3 out of 3. Scored 33 points or more in all 3 games. And of course, ranked up 47 so far in this one.
Got the receiver at the back.
Good take from Runciman. It's a little bit loose, but picked up again by Davidson. Lovely floated pass. Difficult one for McNeish. Gets the ball away. I'll tell you what, Sandy Watts had a good second half, good carry, protecting the ball as well.
Play on, make the tackle. Play on.
Davidson. Runciman could rumble his way through. He's free a second time. There's the offload. McNeish just couldn't take it. Then Douglas gets his hands on it.
Leave it there, fellas. Yes, on you. Use it. They're fine. No, no, no. Leave him. Advantage over for the knock on.
Freddie Douglas almost charged that down. There's the bounce.
Play on.
It goes Edinburgh's way on that far side, the stand side as we watch.
Inside the half, 50-22's on.
50-22 was on, but it's well taken
On you, stay there.
and gathered by Ethan McVicker.
Yes, here. You can step back if you want to, up to you. Up to you, the mark's here. On you, hold on you.
Well, it's a fair old sight. Rumbling forward, Angus Runciman, 28-year-old. 22nd game for the Southern Knights, one of the original Knights back in 2019.
Hold on.
Brown again.
Hold in front, White, hold! Yes.
It's an almighty kick. McNeish, well, he looked one way and tried to get it the other, but he sent it straight into Sam Lueni. Sam Lueni, they're trying to get him into touch, and they did. Just got his back into touch before he could release the ball.
Can't go quick, two different guys have touched it. It's not the first guy to touch the ball.
Good explanation there by the referees why you couldn't take the quick throw. Two different players had already touched the ball. Lueni, he looks very slim, but he's just got a little bit of power. You can see that when he kicks off on those legs, he can really get some pace into that.
Yeah, he looks explosive. Good defence by Adam Hall on that occasion, but when he's had a good game, he's managed to get into open space on a couple of occasions, and he's done his centre duties really well, both in attack and defence, both sides of the ball.
Finlay Scott forced into the game early with the loss of Harry Morris, and he's done well.
Last one.
Davidson, Wolfenden, there's the little clip kick through, just stretching out there was Harry Patterson, and gets the offload away onto Brown. Brown is electric, he's going to go try and get past Wolfenden. That's a great tackle, the offload terrific as well onto Rob Carmichael. Dodd tried to get involved as well. Up it comes, Coates did well, good handling. There's the pass on the outside, it's been dropped. And the option will be given. What a tackle that was by Rolf Wolfenden. I mean, the run through from Jack Brown was terrific. But in rugby, what do they tell you? Take the legs, they can't go anywhere.
Yeah, there was some great bits of play, individual bits of play in the lead up there, and Wolfenden's tackle was one of them, because Jack Brown had come through, and for 69 minutes on the clock he was looking pretty quick, and I thought he was going to go. But tremendous tackle. It was a good pick up by Hector Patterson in this half as well, and then unlucky it broke down, but the game's really breaking up now.
Plenty of good young talent on display in a brand of rugby. It's typical of the Super Series, open, attacking rugby. Douglas with a rare mistake.
No, it's come off him. It's come off him. No. It's come off a Knights player. Knocked on into a Knights player who spilled it.
Yeah, one knock on one way, one knock on the other. No great drama. You know, he scored 3 tries, but that will annoy him overnight. He'll think, I should have taken that. Sometimes it's not the good things that you do that you remember, Lee. Sometimes it's the mistakes that you've made that will just niggle away at you.
Yeah, that's it. There's always something to... You can't have the perfect game. There's always something to work on, and as he goes off, and Douglas, he's had a tremendous night. He's been really sharp in attack. He's had some good defensive interventions as well. And he'll be pleased with his night, I'm sure.
Bind. Set. Relax, relax, relax. Relax.
Referee just asking one or two players to calm down. There's
21,
Brown.
Hold. Yes, on there. Always in. Always in.
There's the kick to the side. Ball boy getting out of the way. Be interesting to see who Lee Jones will pick for the Finn Douglas Man of the Match award. No pressure. No, there's plenty. Actually, I mean, that's the old story. He's made the headlines with the tries, but there's been lots of good performances. We'll get your thoughts in the next few minutes. Jerry Blythe Rafferty.
Boys.
Up and coming prospects.
No. Respect the gap. Stay on your mark. Respect the gap. That's on the line, 20. On the line.
Freddie Douglas just playing on the very edge there. There's absolutely no gap as that ball came in.
Hold on the line.
In fact, beg your pardon, it's still a Cockburn with the blue cap. Patterson away through Coates. Pass again by Patterson. Oh, bodies are sprawled all over the place at the moment. What did you Nick?
Use it.
Blythe Lafferty trying to get through.
Push.
Coates. Deliberately on the angle. Onto Dodd. Inside to Lueni. Well, that was just punched in. The ball was out.
Knock on to touch.
Knocked into touch. And it was taken quickly. That is a terrific take by McNeish. McNeish gets it away onto McVicker. Callum Grieve trying to get in on the tackle. There's a little gap.
Still in.
Dodd trying to get past Wolfenden. Play on. Carmichael. It's knocked out. Lueni, it's the first time that he's not really run onto the ball, and he was taken back by Benhorst.
Yeah, good work, well done.
Benhorst making sure he's not in the way of Edinburgh getting the ball. Dodd. There's the opportunity. A little pass. It was good work to be involving Angus Williams. He scored in this fixture last season. But in Jimny with a good run.
Yeah.
Patterson to Coates.
Yeah, definitely.
Advantage Edinburgh. Brown. Lueni tries to get it wide. It was through the hands of Hawking. Lueni trying to provide the protection here. It's a very young looking Edinburgh A side at the moment. And again, it's players who know each other but hasn't necessarily played together all that often.
20 was the one that's obvious with the blue scrum hat.
And they are trying to fling the ball about. And it's that mixture, I guess, between structured rugby and also trying to exploit the opportunities that are there.
Yeah, there's it's an opportunity, the first match of the season, for guys to put things into place. But as you say, you're playing heads-up rugby. You're seeing gaps all over the place. Given the context of the score, the way the game is, it becomes a bit loose. Players are going to start to force those little offloads and try and make inroads, and that's what gives way to a few errors late in the game.
And in terms of the man of the match, I mean, some great performances all round.
No, you mentioned it. Like, genuinely, there was a long list of players there. I think from a Knight's point of view, Gregor McNeish was really strong. And then there's a list on the Edinburgh side. Charlie Shearer was strong in the first half. Carmichael's been a huge part of that forward pack in that effort. Jack Brown at 15 was strong.
That's one stop.
But I have gone with your pointer in Finn Douglas, and I think he had a really strong game.
No, he's through the middle. Straight through.
He got over for 3 tries. He arguably should have had 4.
Boys!
I just think he offered a real point of difference for Edinburgh on the wing, and he makes it look easy. You know, you might look at those tries and think, well, a couple of them were run-ins, but I don't think anyone else would have scored them. You can see that his teammates want to get him the ball. And as I say, I think he was a real point of difference and well-earned man of the match tonight.
No, not just a pat on the shoulder, but a pat on both shoulders. Just got a little bit tasty towards the end of the game. The referee again authoritative, trying to defuse the situation. Edinburgh looking for a score to get over 50 points. The Knights trying to repel. It's been a much tighter second half.
Find. Set.
Edinburgh led by 40 points to 7 at the break.
Ball's out.
Davidson. Well, that's risky, but they're going to go for it. Nathan McVicker, let's see how quick he is. He's going to take it on by going for the kick, and he fluffs the kick, unfortunately for him. Obviously didn't fancy trying to take on the 200 defenders at the back.
It's not an easy skill to go 60 metres, 78 minutes into a match when he's had a lot of ball as well, and then try and place a ball on your foot at full pace. He's unfortunate there. It was the right thing to do. He was surrounded by 3 Edinburgh defenders.
Go, lads.
Yeah, and again, from a coaching point of view, Lee, you're looking at the decision making. Now, on another day, he executes that well, but he made the right decision because, as you said, there was certainly 3 coming round. He wasn't getting past all of them.
Yeah, and I think it's the right thing. You turn the defence there, Edinburgh then go back. Worst case scenario, you potentially earn a line out for your team in 22.
Well, Carmichael has got the eye for Edinburgh tonight, as his skipper Tom Dodd. Back inside. Here's the opportunity down the side, Brown. Well, this would be a reward if he could get in there. He's deserved it. He's been terrific as well. And Jack Brown gets his way all the way through. Oh, former George Watson's skipper. Super 6 with Watsonians. He's been good all evening. There was the little offload.
Yeah.
And all the way in.
If you take your full time. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, that caps off a top performance from the fullback.
So I'll let you know when we've got 20 to go.
Still showing great pace at the end of this match. As I mentioned earlier, he's covered the ground really well. He's done his defensive duties. He's brought his back 3 into the game well, and then he manages to get a score for himself.
Well, Edinburgh have just checked to see how long they've got, and basically if they take full time, this will be the last action of the game. 30 seconds to go. Getting that kicking tee just right on this artificial surface.
20 seconds. Cheers, Greg. It'll be full time. No, you won't run out of time. We're not going to do that. That'd be harsh.
Well, is it coach just checking that he's not going to run out of time? He will have. He will have to play it now.
Thank you, Gary.
.71 points shared so far. And that's a nice way to finish the evening. And it's all over at the Greenyards. And Edinburgh he came on as favourites and ended up with a nice victory. Got a little bit testy at times towards the end, but handshakes all round. And the Southern Knights, well, there's certainly enough positives to take out and to talk about during the week ahead of your next game.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it was a much better second half showing from the Knights boys. There was a real reaction after half time. Strong maul try in that second half, and I think they looked really good when they managed to keep the ball off the floor and really challenged a strong Edinburgh defence. There'll be some defensive areas to work on, but there always will be when you're up against a strong side. They'll take a lot into the rest of the sprint.
Number 5 there, Rob Carmichael. He's a hard player to miss. 6 for 11. He had a great night on his Edinburgh A debut. It's finished here. Southern Knights 19, Edinburgh Rugby 54. Well, the majority of the points were scored in the first half, but we still saw some great tries in the second. And this was terrific. Look out for the work by the winger here. Ethan McVicker gets the pass, terrific pass inside from Gregor McNeish, and he stretched his way over.
Yeah, both props, both second rows with touches. Gregor McNeish with the second touch as well, and then the floated pass. Ethan McVicker, he had a busy game and played a great part there and getting points for his team. It was a strong finish. He had no right to score that if you look when he receives the ball. But a strong fend, keeps the feet moving.
Yeah, Douglas and Curry just couldn't keep him out, but whenever you've got a multi-pass move involving both your props, it's a pretty decent score, and it was well rounded off in the corner.
Set.
Edinburgh responded though. Luani involved, it was the little pass across. Douglas, well, he thought he was going to reach out and get it in, but he didn't get this one just as he thought he had.
Yeah, on another day, I think this might have gone from.
Yeah, he thought he got it down. It's almost like it was the force of the ball coming down and it bouncing up. And referee Johnny Perriam decided that it was a knock on. He got confirmation from the assistant referee, so that one wasn't to count. Then he thought, lovely little step on the inside, back on the outside. Almost stretched his way over.
He's trying. The ball's there.
Yeah, this was immediately following the try not given. Finn Douglas broke from his own half and managed to feed the outside men. Sam Llewellyn goes close.
Leave it, nice.
Patrick Harrison,
Short.
traditional hooker's try.
Yeah, it's the preferred distance, isn't it?
It's clearly over. No, I was wrong. It's clearly over. It's not
Johnny
loose.
Perriam
I'm wrong.
awarding the try. But this was great. Badenhorst took it down, and this was classic maul play.
That's one.
And you could see the first shove, but then the second shove is the one that makes the difference. They just keep it going enough. And at the back, Finlay Scott would be the man to get the touchdown.
Yeah, really good patience and set up in the maul drive here, and you can encourage a standoff to come and join the maul. He must be going well. I think Finlay Scott just manages to keep Gregor McNeish's hands off it as he goes over the line. And it was a promising start for the Knights. They had a good start. Probably third quarter of that match was their strongest period.
7 points in the first half, 12 points they scored in the second.
Tom, walk away.
And they were all smiles there. But Edinburgh were a constant threat. And just watch the little offload and then the run here. Brown saw the gap, exposed it in the last score of the game in terms of tries. Compliments too to Hector Patterson, he did really well. And as the ball played across, and he just did too much. The fullback.
Yeah, the game had got a bit scrappy in that fourth quarter, and Jack Brown managed to finish this off well. Hector Patterson took on from where Charlie Shield left off with a strong performance in those first 50 minutes. Jack Brown well deserved with a score after a top performance from him as well.
I think that's going to be time if he takes his full kick.
So a big win for Edinburgh over the Southern Knights. We will look to regroup and go again. So confirmation of the scoreline from this evening: the Southern Knights 19, Edinburgh Rugby A 54. And at Millbrae, the latest score from Millbrae, the Ayrshire Bulls 43, the Stirling Wolves 21. Tomorrow, the Boroughmuir Bears entertain Glasgow Warriors A at Maggotland. And ahead it's Rugby and Watsonians Rugby go head to head at Golden Acre with a 3 o'clock kickoff. Well, Finn Douglas was the man of the match. And the skipper, Humdod, handing it over. Smiles all round for the Edinburgh A players. This is the table as it stands. Edinburgh Rugby A and the Ayrshire Bulls Confirmation yet to come, of course, of that final scoreline, but they are set to win. They'll both take bonus point wins into next week. Boroughmuir Bears, Glasgow Warriors, Heriots and Watsonians all play tomorrow. Next Friday night, we're at Millbrae. The Ayrshire Bulls will take on Watsonians Rugby. It's always tasty when those two get together. It started off in bright sunshine, we finish by the moonlight. My thanks to you for watching. Thanks to all the crew here at the Greenyards. We hope you've enjoyed all the action. Until the next time, bye for now.